Steph, what kind of has to get done for this team to get on one board?
A little bit of everything. We got to stop fouling. They doubled our free throws tonight, which 15 points extra on the board there, but the way that impacts the whole game, especially the way that we play. We're trying to get out of transition, get the ball moving. And, especially against teams that have an understanding of who they are defensively, and no matter where they are, they have a good chemistry. That flow happened, or the lack of flow happens, it just plays right into their hands and he's on the road. So we understand we got to stop fouling. That's first and foremost. Offensive rebounding, and then the decision making, trying to be one step ahead, physicality, all that stuff will come just with the reps and everybody understanding what our identity is supposed to be and what it looks like out there on the floor. So it's hard to me to send them to the line, especially early.
After Clay's rejection is concerned well that everyone to build up a fair lead, what did you see change for you guys, I guess, in that run after?
It's an emotional game where we got to remember, defending champs, there's a different, glow when you walk in. Teams are trying to come at you, and especially on the road, get the crowd into it. Their emotions are high. They bet off of it, so it's a good learning lesson. We got to defend ourselves. We got to have that competitive nature, but stay composed as much as possible. But they outplayed us tonight, and they had a bit of an edge after that moment that they capitalized off of it. They had no answer for it.
Clay's obviously been through a lot over the last 3 years. And Steve talked about him just kind of growing frustrated with being under minutes restriction and not being there, where he wants to be, where he knows he can be. Have you kind of seen him get frustrated? And what do you do to kind of talk to him to help keep him level?
Just understands the big picture of what we're trying to do again this season. He had to be patient last year for half the season to get ready for his moment to come back, and it's easy to just lock in on the process of what it takes to prepare himself for that this year. I'm sure he had elevated expectations of what he could do individually, and he should, because he's Klay Thompson and he has a body of work that has demonstrated who he is, and I'm sure he's comparing himself to that, and it's going to come. You got no doubts about it. And just try to stay patient, locked in, and enjoy himself as much as possible. That's been a conversation. He deserves the opportunity to just have fun playing basketball and not worry about anything else other than that. And then usually this stuff happens for him.
This was his first career rejection in like 700.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't talk like the first 6 years.
Yeah. So now they have the voice.
It was a hard hand gesture, something he picked up.
Yeah.
For that makes sense.
But with this,
How many I got? No, just I got two.
I think it's only two.
Mouthpiece and me and my respect.
okay.
So you doubled them.
Okay.
Sorry.
With
That's a different question.
it's gonna come back. With it being his first career rejection, what do you think just tipped him over the edge in that moment? Obviously, him and Booker were going back and forth about that entire quarter, but what tipped him over? What do you see? The
Conversation is part of basketball. It doesn't happen every night, but it's not a surprise. I actually thought it wasn't ejection worthy because we were all kind of 800 people on the court trying to get everybody out the way, and it just felt like it was too much. But I disagree with that because it was a lot of just chirping on both sides, and everybody was trying to collect themselves in that moment. And then obviously after they got thrown out, he had a lot more to say, which I love. But yeah, the back and forth is part of it. I like that he's engaged in that respect because it matters to him. I'm sure he'll be able to, keep it together going forward.
So do you see the Suns in any way similar to where the Warriors were coming up 10 years ago, trying to get to that, title contender, status that you eventually got to in creating the dynasty?
I mean, yes and no.
There are lots of differences.
We've had, I mean, you learn how to lose, and it's hard to go through that just because you want it so bad. But was it CP's third year, fourth year?
Just third
year. So the difference is you're putting together pieces kind of later in your career where you're and trying to make it all work. We were kind of obviously go through the draft and had those lessons a little earlier where we could kind of rally with each other, not knowing what it really took to get over the hump. But every year there's so many teams that are legit title contenders. They've been in that conversation. They've made it to the finals. So just being there is a good feeling coming in every year. But you also know it's really hard to win in this league, and whatever it takes to keep yourself in that conversation and don't play out time, you kind of roll with what you got. That's everybody's experience.
Wonder if they got a standing injury.
I went up against him when he was in Atlanta back 2019. No, 2018. So I had the experience seeing him with a different jersey on, but this after these last 4 years, was definitely a little weird, knowing he's probably in the locker room trying to give all the secrets away. So I'm happy for him though, just to be in this position where he's in the rotation. He's proving he's a key piece to a good team. And make his presence felt here in Phoenix, so I'm happy for him.
The offense is there for you guys, but Draymond said that there's a lack of commitment on defense. I mean, what do you think needs to be done so you guys can give up some points in the first half?
Again, most of it's free throws and how that affects the whole game. But it's, the first unit and second unit really figuring out, that level of commitment, energy, and focus that it takes every possession. You're going to give, coach love to say, you're going to give up 90 points just because it's the league and there's so many talented offensive players, but it's the easy points and the points in the margin that can dictate a really good defensive team and not giving up offensive rebounds and not fouling, and not having, game plan breakdowns that give them, easy looks and make them comfortable. I think down the stretch of the second quarter, had 2 slips to the basket that we didn't communicate. We had 2 just relocations to the 3 that they knocked them down, and then CP's 3 at the end. So it's those possessions all matter. You got to be collectively engaged to take it away.
All right, last one.
It takes a voice of reason to quell a scrum like that in the third quarter. So when Clay and Devin and Draymond, everybody else that came from the bench, were you and CP in the middle trying to quell you down? Or I know you would have had your benches back and forth in the past when it was equipping and rocking. So what was that more like when you were in close to each other in the court in the third quarter?
I love those moments just because it's the highest level of competition and a lot of emotion. Situation like that where it's just one guy going back and forth, like there's not much you get into. It's just just being there to protect each other and being in the moment. I think, like I said, it happened. So many people around you just making sure nobody does anything stupid. But you're gonna let that stuff play out just because that's part of the game, part of basketball. And unless you be shocked about that, because it matters so much what we do, and that stuff happens.
Great, thank you. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Steph.
So that-